Yo 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 my fellows! And welcome to part 2 of beating Terraria with space weapons only. Last time I beat the wall of flesh, and now it's time to go through hard mode up to Golem. So let's get right into it! Okay, so you guys will never guess what amazing and fun activity I began hard mode with. I grabbed a Daybloom. All jokes aside though, I went to my nearby hollow to grab some pixie dust. I needed it for my new weapon. Comment down below what you think my new weapon will be. It's the meteorite staff. To craft it, I'll need 20 meteorite bars, 10 pixie dust, and 10 souls of light. Then, once I have everything, I can craft the meteorite staff and an orichalcum anvil. Oh yeah. Well, I already got all the pixie dust I needed, so I grabbed my pwn hammer and headed to the corruption to smash some demon altars. Now that I blessed my world with palladium, orichalcum, and titanium, I began the mining process. After I got my orichalcum anvil, I made my newest weapon, the meteor staff. I also reforged it to mythical. Next up was getting some titanium armor, and while I was mining the ore, I was interrupted by a blood moon. I mainly just wanted the money trough. Long story short, I didn't get it. Some NPCs also died in the process too. Oopsie! So off I went back underground. Here's how that turned out. Yeah, I got that rod of discord! I really wish I was recording my voice during this part, but all that matters is that I got it on video. I can't even remember the last time I got it this early into hard mode, but it's going to help a lot. After I got that though, I just kept mining until I got up to titanium. The next big upgrade I needed was wings. So, armed with my meteor staff, I headed up to the heavens. Funny enough, after I got all those souls of flight I needed, I also got a giant harpy wing. I wish I had gotten it that quickly in my last challenge. My meteor staff was awesome, but if I was facing an enemy in a narrow cave, it was useless. So I crafted up a green phase blade and upgraded it to the green phase saber. This is actually the first time in my 9 years of playing Terraria where I've made one of these and actually used it. With my new extremely epic and powerful weapons, I decided to take on the foul beast of the dungeon. This fight was over in the blink of an eye. With my new weapons, I took Skeletron down no problem. After that clown was defeated, I headed over to the ice biome and killed a frost giant for frost wings. I got them, but I realized the ice wings had the same stats as the harpy wings. Next on my list was to test my skills against a boss, and who better than the Queen Slime? With that epic fail, I went to the jungle and tried finding a nature's gift so I could craft it up to a mana flower. A big reason I lost the Queen Slime fight was just not having a constant flow of mana. Once I ran out, I was just flying around until it regened. And with all my new skills and items, I gave Queen Slime a rematch. There were actually some ridiculously close moments during it. But since I'm him, I was able to win the fight. I reflected on my weapons at home once again and began thinking about some bosses that I would have to face in a more confined area, such as Plantera and Golem. So I started to build a platform going across part of my world for easy star collection. I was going to make the super star shooter. I also went to the underworld and got my little Terrarian mitts on some souls of night. Once I was satisfied with the amount I had, I came back to base, grabbed some potions, and crafted a mechanical worm. This is where the meteorite staff would truly shine. I really wish I had the DPS meter for this fight since I was just melting the destroyer. The only thing I really had to deal with was the probes that it was sending out, along with all the lasers they shot. But it wasn't too long until this mechanical menace was brought down. That was based! I also had a mechanical eye I got from a random enemy, so with all my buffs active, I summoned them in. Unfortunately, this didn't turn out too well. There were a total of 3 things I noticed during it that I'm 109% sure led to my downfall. The first being knockback. Near the end, they both ganged up on me, knocking me into each other, leading to a quick death. The second was not defeating them individually. I got them both into their second phase instead of focusing my attacks on one. And finally, the third one was not even utilizing the Rod of Discord. I could have easily used it to escape the knockback, but I just wasn't thinking about it. The last thing I did for the day was make some magic power and mana regen potions and also crafted up 2 more mechanical worms. Since I was able to defeat the destroyer so fast last time, I figured I could do it a few more times to get more hallowed bars. So I buffed up and took down the 2 worms. Once they were defeated, I ran across my bridge to try and get more stars for the super star shooter. With my stars collected, I opened my remaining treasure bags and got some more hallowed bars. So after some fishing, reforging, and campfire placement, I began a rematch with the ominous opticals. With what I had in mind from last time's fight, I was easily able to defeat them this time. The Rod of Discord definitely saved my life way more than once, so I'm really glad I was lucky enough to get it. Oh yeah, there was a goblin army also, but they weren't really a problem. With the Destroyer and Twins defeated, all that was left was Skeletron Prime, so off to the dungeon I went. I think this is the first time I've even gone down here, so I had 0 bones to craft the summon item. So after farming all I needed, I went home and crafted the mechanical skull. This was definitely one of the easier bosses so far, and using the right potions made it even easier. There wasn't much else to say about the fight, so... As soon as that was done, I went to the underground jungle to try and get some life fruit. No, I didn't wait for any to grow. No, I didn't make the pickaxe axe or the Drex. No, I don't know why I didn't wait for it, but it went about as well as you could expect. All I ended up getting was 1 life fruit and had to go home before dying. But I did go back and got a grand total of 1. I got 1 more. A new day, a new goal. And this goal was preparing to fight the Empress of Light. I'm gonna be honest here, I don't really know anything about the Empress of Light. I know a lot more now, but unfortunately I can't change what happened, so I'll tell you what I did. When recording, I thought you could fight the Empress of Light at any time during hard mode, but it's only after Plantera is defeated. So I cleared out an area during the day, and during the night I hunted for a prismatic lacewing. I was gonna try and get the stellar tune, but literally writing this script, I checked the wiki and saw I only had a 2% drop chance. I honestly don't know if I'm gonna go for it in part 3 now, but that's a problem for future Thundercry. And after inevitably failing to find a prismatic lacewing, I went back to the underground jungle. Since I spent a good chunk of time waiting, there was way more life fruit up for grabs. I also used this time to mine some chlorophyte to upgrade my armor. I guess you could call me the Green Mage. I also made a chlorophyte pickaxe, and with that, I went off to make a Plantera arena. So, here's the entire Plantera arena in about, 8 seconds. So with the arena complete, it was time to take down this plant. Using some pretty basic buffs and the meteor staff, I took this last down. And with that, I went off to the hollow to try and finish the Empress. I actually got further than I thought I would, so with proper buffs, more life, and a better arena, I think I could probably do it. So in order to get more life, you guessed it, I went back to the underground jungle! While I was there, I also went and unlocked the Lizard Temple and made my way to the main chamber. I had some spare power cells that I grabbed while running through it, so I thought I'd try Golem to see how I fare. So I took a couple buffs I got from exploring the jungle and spawned Golem in. This was actually a pretty challenging fight, but in the end, I lost the battle. Psych! After that easy win, I went up to try and find a Martian probe to summon the Martians. I honestly forgot that I had to end this part of the recording and did a bit of the Martian invasion before realizing I was done. So I'll just have to finish this in the next part. Hey everyone, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'm really sorry for not posting in a while. I've gotten really busy with work and Thanksgiving, so I hope you'll forgive me. And also, I do have a full-time job, and I like getting off work and not having to work again, if that makes sense. But again, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.